Go.
Good morning, boys and girls, all my first grade friends. It's Miss Brown here, and I am so excited to be able to come to you this morning virtually and be able to teach you some writing. So normally your teacher would be doing this, but I'm, like I said, very excited to be able to teach to all of you in all the different first grade classes this morning. So a couple things I want you to think about before we get started is when we normally do writing lessons, you all have a partner. So because we're not in the classroom, I want you to think about who your partner might be for this writing lesson. So this could be a parent, it could be a sibling, and it could even honestly be a stuffed animal sitting next to you. And you have your partner for your turn and talks. So this is going to be an important part for today. So if you don't have a partner sitting next to you, I want you to go ahead and pause the video and think about who you might get to be your partner for this writing lesson. The second thing I want you to think about today as we're doing our writing lesson is you're going to hear me pause sometimes, and this is really a time for you to think or respond to your partner or turn and talk to your partner. So anytime you hear me pause, that's a time for you to go ahead and share your thoughts or your thinking or your ideas. So over the course of the year, we've been writing lots of stories. We wrote stories about our lives and your lives, things that have happened to you. We've wrote nonfiction stories. And now we're going to focus on something called opinion writing. An opinion is when the author tells what they think or what they feel about a certain topic. And it usually includes reasons that explain their thinking. So what I'm going to do for you today, I'm going to read a poem called Vegetables by Maish Goldish. And I want you, as I'm reading, to think about what this author thinks or feels about vegetables. So you're going to listen to the poem and you're going to try and identify what the author, what the writer thinks or feels about vegetables. Vegetables. Eat your vegetables, clean your plate. Eat your vegetables, veggies are great. String beans, broccoli, lettuce and peas, squash and Brussels sprouts, more corn please. Cucumbers, eggplant, beets and tomatoes, celery, carrots, spinach and potatoes. Radishes, cauliflower, cabbage and cress, peppers and onions, asparagus? Yes. Black beans, lima beans, soybeans too. Eat your veggies, they're good for you. Okay, so now is going to be one of those first times where you're going to be sharing with a partner or turning and talking. I want you to think about what the author's opinion was about vegetables. Woo! What does he think about vegetables? Go ahead and turn to your partner. What do they think about vegetables? Okay, now, veggies are great. This line shows what the author's opinion is about vegetables, what they think about vegetables. Now, I'm going to read it one more time, and I want you to listen this time for the reason that the author gives for vegetables being great. What is the reason? Eat your vegetables, clean your plate. Eat your vegetables, veggies are great. String beans, broccoli, lettuce and peas, squash and Brussels sprouts, more corn please. Cucumbers, eggplant, beets and tomatoes, celery, carrots, spinach and potatoes. Radishes, cauliflower, cabbage and cress, peppers and onions, asparagus? Yes. Black beans, lima beans, soybeans too. Eat your veggies, they're good for you. Okay, so now I want you to turn to your partner and share your idea of what the reason is that the author gives that vegetables are great. What's the reason that they think this or they feel this? Okay, good. The bottom line, they're good for you. That is the reason that they think veggies are great. So they give their opinion, veggies are great, and then they share why. They share their reason. They're good for you. So now I want you to think about if you agree with the author or the writer that vegetables are great. So do you agree that vegetables are great? And why? Go ahead and turn to your partner. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the second part of our activity where you guys are gonna get the opportunity to tell your opinion. So I want you to think about what food you think is the best. So take a moment and think about what food you think is the best and turn to your partner. Okay, now what reasons might you give to explain why that food is the best food? Now I went ahead and I asked some of my family members what foods they liked and why they thought those foods were the best. So I'm going to share those with you now. So I made a list of foods we think are best. And my family members said oranges, tacos, spinach, and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They said oranges were the best, and their reasons were they have lots of vitamin C, it keeps you from getting sick, and they're juicy and sweet. Tacos are crunchy, spicy, and you can fill them with lots of yummy fillings. Spinach, you can eat it cooked or raw, and it tastes great in sandwiches, and it's good for you. And the last food that they chose that was the best was peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And their reason was that they were creamy or crunchy, and they could be salty and sweet. So when you're thinking of what food is the best, I want you to think about why you like that food, what makes that food delicious, what makes it fun to eat, or why it might be good for you. So normally in class, this would be a time where I might model some writing for you. So I went ahead and I wrote up my opinion about the best food. So here is my writing on the best food. I have my title, The Best Food. The best food is pizza. The cheese is delicious and has protein in it. You can make lots of different kinds of pizza. The sauce has tomatoes in it, which are healthy vegetables. Pizza is scrumptious. So today you're gonna go ahead and practice writing your opinion about the best food. So you're gonna write what you think is the best food, and you're going to write reasons why you think it's the best food. So on Seesaw, you're going to find an organizer where you're going to either write or type your opinion, and then you're gonna share it with your teacher. I can't wait to hear about all your great writing, and I can't wait to read your opinions.